So, bro, how you doing, man? Love your stuff, man.
How you doing? Good?
I'm good. For the people that don't know you, what do you do for a living?
I now build and sell companies. And in my past life, I built marketing business called Fanbytes, which we sold for tens of millions when I was 27, so about 2 years ago.
Incredible, man. How did you start Fanbytes?
I spotted an opportunity in the game of influencer marketing. I realized that brands needed to tap into Gen Z, and we could build a business as people who are part of Gen Z to do that and just run it up.
If you were to start again, how would you make your first million?
One of my biggest regrets was that I didn't go and work for someone before I started my business. Because in our first year of business, we made 400K. One of our competitors in their first year of business made 1.5 million. And the big difference is both the founders had actually worked for someone already in the media world. They're not thinking, yo, 10K a month. They're thinking 100K a month from the jump. Just that level of skill and ambition. I wish I'd had that when I was starting up, as opposed to just immediately diving into business. Because you actually have a lot more time than you think.
What's one thing that rich people know about money that poor people don't?
Money is not a function of how hard you work. It's about how much value you create. You ain't got to grind that hard. You actually got to think about how value is created, right?
Yeah.
So both of us could go into the same business. Let's say a marketing business, right?
Yeah.
We could sell each to 10 clients, but I could only go for the richer clients. And I will make more money than you in that same time frame, just because I'm thinking about how much value can I create for someone who understands that value more. The other big thing that I think rich people do that poor people don't is that they deeply understand delayed gratification. It is very, very hard for you not to get rich if you just keep doing something for a long enough time period and keep learning from the previous thing. Like, you have never heard a story of someone who has just put in the reps over and over, has learned what's worked, has learned what hasn't worked. Because logically, if I do everything and I figure out what doesn't work, then I'm only left with the things that work. So if I just do the things that work, then it has to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's the number one secret when it comes to negotiations?
Stop talking.
Why?
You stop talking, and then the other person will just talk a lot more, because people are uncomfortable with the silence, and then they will tell you the things that you need to say in order to convince them. Last year, I sold this business to a private equity group, and I think I maybe had said 6 sentences in the whole hour. I just said, right, so what is an interesting acquisition target for you? And then they just said, okay, why? Because of this. Okay, so what does that look like? Okay. Turns out there's actually a company here that I think could be interested. Should we introduce you? Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Job done.
This is what I want. This is how much I'm gonna pay. If you find it for me, I will pay you. All right, sweet.